Here then, ladies and gentlemen, are 8 reasons why Hindus are 8th class citizens in their own country. 7th reason. 7. Celebrating those who killed and converted millions of Hindus. To visit Nalanda, the ancient place of learning and arguably India's greatest cultural heritage, you need to board a train from Delhi and get down 50 miles from Patna at a place called Bakhtiarpur. From Bakhtiarpur, it is a brief and pleasant journey to Nalanda. And when you reach this hallowed place, when you stroll about its manicured lawns and thin brick facades and ruins, you will get to know how this magnificent temple of knowledge and wisdom was charred to the ground by a barbarian, how thousands of scholars perished in the fires that burned for months, how millions of books were reduced to cinders, how a civilization the world envied and admired as a Vishwaguru was lost forever. And you will also get to know that the barbarian who executed this barbaric act was none other than Bakhtiyar. Yes, Bakhtiyar. And we have named not only a railway station, but also a city in his honor. Our destruction that even Bakhtiyar could not manage in his lifetime is now complete. 1,000 years later, that we have honored this barbarian is not hurtful enough. What hurts most is that unsatisfied and unsatiated with this hideous self-flagellation, we have endeavored to descend a step further into the dungeons of distorted history and peddled the narrative that Bakhtiyar did not even destroy or set fire to Nalanda. Instead, we have blamed a couple of Hindu beggars for burning down the great city of Nalanda. That's right. Not an invader or his invading army of tens of thousands of barbarians, but rather 2 gawky little Hindu beggars were responsible for destroying the greatest ancient university there ever was. This is neither the time or place, and nor do I have the inclination to narrate to you in detail the sorry figments of the leftist historian D.N. Jha's lobotomized mind and its imaginings. The fact that he never quoted a primary source for his assertion, the fact that the first English translation of Jha's source, Pak Sam John Zhang, was carried out as late as 100 years ago, the fact that it never even mentions the 2 Hindu beggars. But the fact remains that the Jhas have won this war of narratives because Bakhtiyar lives. For the sake of Islam, I became a wanderer. I battled infidels and the Hindus, and I was determined to become a martyr. Thanks be to Allah, I became a Ghazi. This is a direct quote of Babur from his Babarnama. There is a Babur Road in central Delhi, barely a mile from the Prime Minister's residence. Babur lives. Hindu gods and their idols are as dirty as they are ugly and horrible to look at. And witnessing the destruction of temple idols gives me so much joy. The man who said this was also the chief architect of the Goa Inquisition that led to the conversion, torture, and murder of thousands of Hindus. His name was Saint Francis Xavier. Every year, millions of Indians, including our Hindu nationalist Prime Minister Narendra Modi, venerate him. Saint Francis Xavier lives. Sikandar Shah Miri, 1389 to 1413, who commissioned Jamia Masjid and is still eulogized and worshipped in Kashmir, collected 3 khirwars or 210 kilograms of sacred thread from Kashmiri Hindus before he burned them. A single sacred thread weighs 7 grams. Again, I shall leave it to the mathematicians among you to calculate the sheer scale of this genocide. But Sikandar Shah Miri lives. I will raise these Ansagar Hindu temples to the ground. I have come to India to fight the holy war against the infidels, unquote. The man who said this was Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti, the Hanafi Sufi saint who fought alongside the demonic Muhammad Ghori and unsparingly converted Hindus. Every year, millions of Indians, including our Hindu nationalist Prime Minister, Narendra Modi offer a chadar at his mazar and venerate him. Moinuddin Chishti lives. We know more about the Mughals than our warriors. We know more about Mughals than we know about Shivaji and Rana Pratap and Prithviraj Chauhan. Why? Because history that is written by the victors is peddled by the vanquished. And we have been vanquished. This is a country where people still go and pray at the grave of the monster Aurangzeb who beheaded Guru Tegh Bahadur, decapitated Sambhaji Maharaj, demolished Kashi Vishwanath, murdered 4.6 million Hindus. This is a country where